Question everything. For the truth should not be televised, and that's for sure. So with that, you know, out there in Chicago, you got Brandon Johnson, Mayor Brandon Johnson and stuff. And, you know, the migrant situation is off the chain because it's really about the resources and how they're lacking resources in the sense of giving them to everybody else but the Aboriginal Negroes of America. And we ain't even going to say they're lacking resources because they just don't want to give them us. They don't want to give us resources. That's all it is. We got to call it what it really is. They don't want to give us resources. They want to implement more people into our community and then give them an economic floor to be able to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, at the same time keeping us in the ghetto slums and hood with bare minimum. And that's what's happening. Same thing with the Brandon Johnson. Same thing. That's what's going on. So when he tried to pull and what's killing me is he tried to pull the race-based card on his own people. Oh, I'm a black man and I'm a black family and I got children, and dude, you got more, I said you got more resources than all of us too, and I'm pretty sure you get a way better paycheck than all of us too as the citizens of America. That's just the reality, Mr. Mayor. So with that stated, you know, nobody really cares about what you're going through. You was appointed in office to represent the people. And if you can't represent yourself in a correct manner to represent the people to the highest standard, then you're a mistake when it comes to being in the office. That's just what it is, man. Ain't no way around it. And seeing at the end of the day, being Aboriginal Negroes of America, we need reparations. We don't need conversation, nor do we need a pacifier on any level or a band-aid on anything that we're going through. We need reparations. And reparations is the basis of the land that they took from us and the resources and wealth that they owe us, that they took from us. That's it. And since you got time to be a sanctuary city to help foreigners coming into the country, then you should have time to help the citizens of Chicago. Bottom line. Ain't no conversation about it. Anything else is chucking and jiving and doing all that BS that tells us you there for your legacy and not for the nation, not for the people, especially not for your people. And that's just the reality. So we ain't giving no pass to that. You can't pull the race card on your own people. That's just ludicrous. And you know doggone well that the colonizers that you're working for, they don't care. Because if they did care, we wouldn't still be at the bottom based off of all the things that they inherited, that their forefathers done to us without them trying to correct it. And they haven't. They ain't trying to give us reparative justice from nowhere. Thus, this is why they keep talking about studying reparations instead of giving us reparations. Ain't nothing to study. Y'all done sold us up and down the river over and over again when it comes to making movies about our plight. Got whole stories about our plight, books about our plight when it comes to what y'all done to us here. So the colonizers know they don't need to study what they did to us. They know what they did to us. They did it. That don't make no sense. You don't run up in somebody's house and do all sorts of heinous things and then turn around next week and say, well, you know, I know they want justice and we supposed to repair everything we did up in the house to their people, but I gotta study what I did to them. The atrocities and the holocausts that I did to them, I gotta really understand what I did to them, because you know what I did, I ain't think about it. I just did it. So now I gotta re-go over all of it and study it to say to myself, yeah, I should do something justified in the form of justice to help them out. But I gotta study it first, because if I don't study it, then I ain't gonna understand what really went down with me running up in their house and putting them in shackles and causing this holocaust on them, and then getting wealthy and rich off of them, and then passing off all the wealth that I done got from them down to my ancestors for them to maintain the government and the system that I created to keep them crushed. I gotta study all this. Yeah, right. Man, shoot, that's called pimping. And believe me, I'm not your hoe. That's just what it is. But we can keep playing these games, guys, because at the end of the day, that's what they're doing. They're games. just as much as Brandon Johnson playing games. He knew exactly what he's doing for those folks. That's all it is. They in his ear all day. That brother don't got no power. Negroes don't have power in America. They're given wealth by the colonizers to push their agenda of what the colonizers say they want to go down. That's it. They get out of line. They got to come on this TV screens and apologize. Because if they don't apologize, then they lose their endorsements, they lose their contracts, they lose their wealth that was given to them by the colonizers. So they must push their agenda. So don't be bamboozled by seeing a Aboriginal Negro standing as an appointed representative or as a wealthy person, because their wealth is smokes and mirrors if they come to try to help their nation. You best to believe that. And that's where they stand at. The moment they try to do anything nation-wise when it comes to the Aboriginal Negroes of America, guess what? That's how their wealth go. That's how their legacy go. That's how their false influence be blown away in a blink of an eye, because they don't control or have no say really over anything other than what the people in their ears are telling them to say, that let them in the house and gave them false authority to push the only agenda that matters, and that's the colonizers. So with that, Brandon Johnson, we already know that you was just the face and an implant to push the agenda of Sanctuary City and to flood our communities with immigrants, so that way the resources can get reverted to them and not us. We already know it. The key is we gotta accept it and own it in order to make y'all change it. And that is the reality to where we stand. So with that, I just don't get you. I just don't understand you. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.